2020 has been a weird year, and things may have not worked out as a lot of people thought. But I still saw a ton of movies, so here's every movie I saw in 2020, ranked from worst to best. Let's go! You'll get so bored watching this movie that even if you sat in another room doing absolutely nothing, it's less boring than watching Slenderman. Reboots can absolutely be cruel, and this is one of those moments, trust me. I usually like Shyamalan's work, watch Servant by the way, but holy Scooby Snacks, Scooby-Doo, this is trash. Who the fuck is on? The only thing holding this movie up is that they mention Annabelle. That's it. Yeah, and Velma from Scooby-Doo. This goddamn trilogy is like if you took the story of one movie and stretched it out until it was 3. This one's the worst because nothing happens. Watch it, it's 90 minutes of a black screen. Sequels to reboots can be cruel, this is one of those moments, although there were some funny moments. At least something happens in this one. This movie came out between the first and the second movie, but it's not a sequel, but it acts like it's the whole thing. I'm so confused. You know, it's cringe and crap ass shit. The Divergent series proves why young adult novel adaptations were a one-hit wonder with Twilight and Hunger Games. These 3 movies are so boring and uninspiring. I don't know, they walk and talk, I guess? At least this movie is the start of the trilogy and we get introduced to the cast, and how the heck did this movie have this cast? This is just so pure and innocent and goofy as fuck, but still crap. Meh. Not enough Yoda it was. If you like Pokemon, it's okay. If you like Pokemon, it's okay. Another young adult adaptation. The premise is cool, but they just couldn't pull this one off. Shia LaBeouf is cool and all, but this movie is too much 2007 for me in one day. Thank you. Next. So after 2 years of not being released, they could have just not released it. And the accents. God, the accents. If you like Pokemon, then it's very nice. Sequel or reboot that does nothing cool counter. 1. Sequel or reboot that does nothing cool counter. 2. This movie was such a disappointment. Pedro Pascal is great though. It's anime, you know what you're in for. It's cute and fun, but not really for me, Lamau. French movie about being a young black woman learning how to fit in. It's okay. A fun spin on the trapped in a room a la Saw subgenre, but the last 20 minutes are just rushed and setting up sequels. The real sequel has really nothing to do with the first movie. This is so weird. Even for a quick cash grab, as this is what that is, it's still fun to catch up with Timon and Pumbaa. Vin Diesel was needed in this one and we all know it. A weird story about weird people. It's okay. A Kevin Hart comedy with little heart. Kinda cute and some laughs were made though. A Dwayne Johnson action with a lot of explosions, some heart. And bad rich people. Ever wanted a mashup of Shaun of the Dead, Mamma Mia and any Hallmark Christmas movie? No? Well, they made one. Based on a true story and as a Swede, this is kinda fun. Apparently this was better than the first. I love the first Borat movie, but this was not very fun. Don't get me wrong, the movie is funny, but did we really need this in 2020? Sequel or reboot that does something cool counter. 1. Sequel or reboot that does nothing cool counter. 3. The Disney live-action reboots are just a way to make more money. That's it. Get Out was such a breath of fresh air, but Us is just a cool premise on paper, but it almost worked. Sequel or reboot that does nothing cool counter. 4. Good animation though. Oscar nominated The Boss Baby. That's a very cool sentence to say. Cute fish but too much water in this one. Sequel or reboot that does nothing cool counter. 5. A little surprised by this one. More gritty than expected, but I liked it. Action galore, heyo! It's Bond, you know what you're in for. Think Bend It Like Beckham but with Bruce Springsteen instead. The X-Men franchise is weird. This is kinda boring. Counter 1. The X-Men franchise is weird. This is kinda boring. Counter 2. A death offer in the forest versus a psycho killer. Who would win? Weirdly amusing, but the ending is bonkers. Laika Studios are amazing, but I think this movie didn't really live up to expectations. Animation's stellar though. Another young adult adaptation. It's okay. American laws are weird. Let your people get abortions, please, so we don't get more of this. This is just abortion propaganda reskinned as a road trip movie. We get it. Rich and crazy Asians are rich and crazy. As indie as it gets. It's okay. Video game adaptations are usually generic. This is also generic.
We are Venom.
You know, he's drifting in Tokyo! Scary movie is scary. And good. This is just a classic at this point.
Sequel or reboot that does something cool counter. 2.
It's Bond again. You still know what you're in for. This movie has cool characters. That's it. Sip open a Corona and just relax. Get yourself a blue Hawaii and just relax. You know, I'm something of a Spider-Man myself.
Yeah, ding dong.
Some plot holes and dumb choices, but still a fun time. I kinda want a version where the early Sonic model is all over this movie. Also, all the movies from here on out I liked quite a bit, just FYI.
Sequel or reboot that does something cool counter. 3.
Guillermo del Toro wrote and produced this movie, and the monsters are 10 times more creepy because of him. Yay, Disney Magic is back with this one! Cool movie. The Conjuring universe is great, and this is another good addition to it.
The X-Men franchise is weird. This is kinda not so boring, but not great. Counter 1. The X-Men franchise is weird. This is kinda not so boring, but not great. Counter 2.
Studio Ghibli doing what they do best. Counter 1.
Studio Ghibli doing what they do best. Counter 2.
This is fun and not too serious. But bring back Ronald Duck Jr. Sherlock? Iron Man Sherlock, please.
The X-Men franchise is weird. This is good/great. Counter 1.
Vin Diesel has a kid in this one.
Oh yeah. The X-Men franchise is weird. This is good/great. Counter 2.
A great story about people being shit, but still has heart. This was creepy from beginning to end, excited to see what this director has coming in the future. For a Best Picture winner, it's okay. If you ever feel down, watch this and just forget all troubles for a bit. Cool wrestling story, and since Florence Pugh is in this one, I gotta shout out Midsommar. Even though I didn't see it this year, it's my list! And I can do whatever the fuck I want. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Heart. Who the fuck titled this movie? Oh my god. Ewan McGregor was great though. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what happened in this one, but I put it here, so it's gotta be good, right? They be haben and they be shine. This is a cool world and the monsters are cool too, and the movie is funny. I have one wish for this movie. Hashtag Bale Best Batman. Some say Morgan Freeman still hasn't told Brad Pitt what was in that darn box. Here we got some good Sherlock. Counter 1. Basically a heist movie. It's great. He's invisible for a reason. To skip 2020, am I right, guys? Studio Ghibli doing what they do best. Counter 3. The cast is insane in this movie, and it has a cool plot. Best X-Men movie. Fight me. Best Fast and Furious movie. Fight me. Here we got some good Sherlock. Counter 2. The more I think about this one, it gets better. It's Bond. You know what you're in for. Studio Ghibli doing what they do best. Counter 4. Studio Ghibli doing what they do best. Counter 5. And it's a talking cat. Spanish movie about society. But did you expect the Spanish Inquisition? Every movie from here on out I love. One of the most cool and creative movies in the past couple of years. Only watch this movie if you like Hollywood history. Otherwise, go watch Midsommar. The story about the toys somehow continues, and it's still fresh and goddamn awesome. Pixar is a treasure. This is Nolan's masterpiece. Studio Ghibli doing what they do best. Counter 6. It's weird to say that I enjoy watching douchebags in suits getting rich, but this is just 3 hours of pure fun. One of the best comedies in a long while. Russian movie about a rock band in the 80s? It's amazing. Technically not a movie, but I still love it. This is just a great quality time at the movies, and since Florence Pugh is in this one, I gotta shout out Midsommar. These last 12 movies are the best of the best, and I would fight anyone who dares to question me. This is just great, and the amount of heils in the movie are how many times I need to shout out Midsommar in this video. Studio Ghibli doing what they do best, counter 7. Just one of those movies that are special to the core. Studio Ghibli's best movie, Fight Me. For a Best Picture winner, it's really good. 2 old men sitting and talking for 100 minutes? Sign me up. Chef's Kiss. A well-made movie and it's goddamn great. Pixar only makes kids movies, you say? No, not anymore. This is a beautiful and transcending movie. One of my favorite Pixar movies now. For a Best Picture winner, it's really good. Adam Sandler is amazing in this role, and if you're easily stressed, don't watch this. This movie is a masterpiece, and one of the best experiences I had this year, period. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching my list, and I hope you have a little better 2021, at least. Goodbye.